And away we go. Here we are once again. It's Wednesday night. Ray and I are going to talk a little bit at you. And we are.
Preachers from the bleachers.
That's right. So here we are. We're here every Wednesday nights when we film. But we're on YouTube here. You can catch us. And also on anchor.fm/preachers from the bleachers, which goes to Spotify.
Spotify.
There you go.
Spotify.
Check us out
Love
there.
that Spotify.
As always, you can leave some comments. We'll be happy to chat with you back and forth if you got any suggestions about what you want to hear us talk about or uh, anything else. We'll listen to anything you have to say. So tonight we're going to be talking about a little bit of NBA. It's been a week now, so that's going strong. MLB, some stuff going on there with some COVID stuff. I'm going to see how many times I can say the word stuff tonight. NFL, some interesting things going on there, and also in the NCAA. And then we're also going to do all about the Benjamin's City Nickname Edition. So, who is on your city nicknames currency? Without further ado, let's go to the hot hand. It's NBA. Can I get an amen?
Amen. I don't even know what to do with myself, dude. I'll just be vegetate, and living on the West Coast, games be starting at 10:30 a.m.
I know, man.
I can't even work. I'll be like, I'm about to get fired. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go back to work.
You're right.
I'll be watching people getting dunked on and screaming at customers by accident.
Yeah. I mean, I'm irritated that they had the Mavs game on at like 1:30 yesterday, and I'm like, I can't watch that. I don't have a TV at work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You got to get one. You about to be the new boss, so.
I don't know about that, but
perks of the job.
Perks of the job. So, well, one thing I got to say so far is that everybody looks beatable. So I haven't seen anybody that looked unbeatable. Like Milwaukee's lost a game, the Lakers have lost a game, and they've only
I don't believe in Milwaukee anyway, but I'm gonna say this: watching them in this restart, I'm like, okay, now I see what everybody else see, because quite frankly, as much as I hate jump shooting, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they shoot jumpers better than the Golden State Warriors.
Who do you think does?
The Bucks.
The Bucks. Because I had to check on that because Antetokounmpo is not that great an outside shooter.
No, but he's so and this is the difference between the Bucks and the Warriors is, and I'm not saying they're better, dude. I'm not saying Chris Middleton is a better shooter than Steph Curry. What I'm saying is they have more people that can stroke it. It's Klay Thompson. It's Steph Curry. And can't nobody else stroke the three like they do. Damn near everybody on the squad except Middleton can shoot the three. Wes Matthews shoot the three. Middleton shoot the three. Pat Connaughton shoots the three. Kyle Korver shoots the three. Everybody on the dang on squad shoot three. They got Lopez shoot the damn three.
Yeah,
everybody on the squad shoot the three. And that's the part, like, as much, again, I don't like jump shooting teams, but they're not. They shoot the jump shot effectively, and it might be their main weapon, but Lopez do play down low. They will take an advantage. Well, in the game the other day, they didn't take enough advantage to me when they was playing, whoever was playing small ball. Man, you're not putting no 6'7" dude on me, and I'm 7'1". No, sir. I'm finna. Yeah. You're going to eat the bottom of my shorts all day because I'm just going to post up, turn around, and dunk on you.
That irritates me, man. You're in the post. Man, I've seen guys. Porzingis did this one time. He's 7'3", and he posted up somebody who was like 6'1", and he passed the ball out. What are you doing?
You got to have. If somebody on me 6'1", and the guy double teamed me is only 6'8", I'm still shooting.
Yeah.
Like I'm not passing out of that door. I got both of y'all.
Yeah.
I got both of y'all. But then, like, the other thing with the Bucks is Lopez do play on the low block, and Giannis get a lot of them points in the paint. 2 steps, wham! You can get jammed on at any point in time. So they still play the game to me outside in, which I think is very sacrilegious for basketball. Game is inside out, but they do it in a way that I find acceptable. Like, they get enough points in the paint that makes me go, okay, I see you. I'm not taking the Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them enough because out of all those people I named, which one of them got a lot of playoff experience that make you say, I trust you in the playoffs?
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, who you like in the East? I don't know. I don't know if we had talked about this last
we
week,
did. I
but
took Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's coming
I
out of the East.
just don't see how Milwaukee could beat the Miami Heat. I don't.
Yeah, I
Them,
do.
them dudes is tough over there, bro. Bam is tough. Kendrick Nunn is tough. Jimmy Butler is tough. Like, I just feel like when push come to shove, I think you can
So
punk the Bucks.
which one of those guys did you trust in the playoffs? Because none of those guys have gone very far in the playoffs. How far has Jimmy Butler gone in the playoffs? Of any of them,
Butler's done, but they tough. Butler is the only guy. Butler is the only guy got playoff experience, and no, he ain't went far. But I don't see tough on the Bucks. I think they could be punked. I'm just saying, if it push kind of shove, you know what I mean? Like, we're in the bubble. It's like an AAU style tournament. It feels like, especially with these 8 games. I feel like I'm riding out to Rucker Park. You know what I mean? And we like pick a man.
yeah.
It's a lot of them men's on them teams. I ain't picking. That's what I'm saying, because I'm trying to stay on the court all day. I don't see 7 games. They got to rely way too much on, and I'm going to be honest, they need to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, or Giannis going to be playing for somewhere else. It's a good team, is it not? It's still a good team, though.
It's a good team.
It's a good team. So if I can't win with y'all, I got to go.
See, I hate that mentality, man.
If I
I
can't
hate that.
represent now, let's
That's KD stuff, man.
Giannis is not, well, free agency is free agency now. He ain't like, we don't put that KD crap on him. He didn't go join the Lakers, right? He might just decide. Yeah, if he joined the Lakers, no, man, because let me rephrase. If the Lakers win 2 championships and Giannis say, I'm gonna go join y'all, that's KD stuff.
Yeah.
Lakers didn't make the playoffs last year, bro. Even if they win it this year, it's not like they won 2 in a row and then Giannis showed up. That's a pipe dream anyway. Giannis and LeBron don't fit on the same court.
I agree with that.
All right, so that's that. We can go ahead and squash that right now. But
you're I hate that. Well, I can't win with y'all, so I'm leaving, man. Well, then you should do more.
Team, no, bro. If this man averaged what he averaging right now, it's a good team, babe.
And recruit somebody, man, because there's a lot of guys that would love to play with Antetokounmpo. I don't think it's going to be hard to get guys like good free agents to come to Milwaukee and play with Giannis.
It's hard to get anybody to go to Wisconsin, brother.
Well,
it's still Wisconsin. Now, that's the one thing Wisconsin got for them is the fact that that Giannis is not an American citizen. He ain't about the limelight. I think he's even said, "Hey, I'm comfortable here. I like it here." Right? So he don't have no dreams of saying, "I want to go to New York."
Yeah.
But if you make it to free agency and we can't get out of the Eastern, now I didn't say he had to win the championship, Dave. He got to at least play for it, so he know we right there. But if I can't get out the East,
I think he knew that last year. How far did they go in the playoffs last year? I can't remember.
I know, but you still got to keep showing improve. They didn't get out. They didn't get out of the East. They didn't play in the chat. They didn't play.
No, but I mean, did they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? Yeah.
I believe they did, and didn't look. I believe they also, if I recall, they didn't look that good, right?
Yeah.
So where I'm saying they could be punked. So are they relying on last year's experience to say, hey, man, we've been here before. We did this last year. We're not going out like that? It's possible. The only cat on that team that I trust is that can't be punked is Eric Bledsoe.
I like him.
The rest of them dudes, I feel like, a little physicality, they might punk out. So
Eric Bledsoe is always one of those guys I look for on my fantasy team, in the later rounds.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that the scores are like really high.
Ain't nobody trying to catch Corona, man.
So here's
Like, they
here's what
like
I
this.
figured out. Yeah.
They way back here talking about I got him, coach. I got him.
Well, I mean, they got all those tests and no positives. So
I just won this. Was it today came back or yesterday came back?
no, zero.
Zero. No, I'm saying they got more zero tests.
Yeah, that's right.
Another group of tests that came back with
Right.
nobody testing
So
positive. Yeah,
the bubble is working, so they don't have to play off each other. But what I discovered from looking at some of these scores is that the only thing COVID did to the bubble was kill defense.
Unless you're Miami. Miami still play, but you're right. Defense ain't being played.
I like
Miami
Mavs.
still playing stuff. I saw the Clippers play defense in spurts. LeBron James played defense real well on that one last possession. He D'd up Paul George and Kawhi. So I mean, like, I agree with you. Defense is it's gone. Defense is gone.
Mavs lost the game the other day, 151 to 149.
I watched it twice.
Yeah.
It was from an offensive standpoint, it was very entertaining, but
yeah,
it's just the damn All-Star game.
Yeah.
That's we're watching All-Star basketball. I'm like, they ain't even up on dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I like me some Anthony Davis, Chi-Town's finest. But that brother dropped 42. He had 20 in the first quarter.
TJ Warren scored 50-something points.
TJ Warren scored 53. This conversation is over.
I told Jamal, man, my fantasy team's looking really good in the bubble. He said, "Yeah, it don't count though." I'm like, damn.
No, it don't. I looked that up.
Yeah.
Remember, like 12 shows ago, we used to talk about this. I said, wherever you finish, that's where you finish. Just go ahead and start the playoffs.
Yep.
Well, fantasy basketball heard my words.
Yeah. They're not even doing playoffs, man.
Wherever you finished in fantasy basketball, ESPN, that's where you just finished. Yeah, I was like, man.
So, your boy Luka had a monster triple double the other day. Your boy.
My boy.
That's what your boy.
But he gonna be your boy.
I like him. He's a great player, but sometimes, man, we that Rockets game the other day. I watched that Rockets game. We were up by 7 with like 2 minutes left, and I was like, "We're going to lose this game."
Okay.
I called it. I said, "We're going to look because he can't finish." And it's been 2 years now, and in close games like that where you're ahead,
he's 20, Dave.
I know he's 20, but he's been playing championship basketball since he was like 15, 16. So don't give me that excuse now. That's 6-7 years experience.
He is what he is. So you saying he can't close, then it's time for the Mavericks to find somebody to go. What the hell is Porzingis doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when he was, before he got hurt with the Knicks, he was supposed to be the second coming of Dirk Nowitzki. Hello.
Porzingis doesn't have the ball in his hands 60% of the time.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I guess my issue is, one, he's not better than I thought. He's like way better than I thought.
Yeah, me too.
I told you last year as a rookie, he's kind of got an old man's game.
Yeah.
He's not exceptionally quick or fast. All right. He uses his head a lot and the skill that he does have. He just got stuck on the rim the other day. You're not supposed to. I mean, like, and there was nobody within 2 or 3 feet of him. You can't be 21 years old, get stuck on the rim.
And 6'7".
At 6'7". So
you don't even have to jump that high.
He ain't even got to jump that high. He got three. His arms are 3 feet. So I guess what I'm saying to you is he is what he is.
Yeah.
I don't try to make. Last year I said he can't improve much than what he is. This is what he's gonna be. This is what he's gonna be for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, We
And
can't look at
that's great. Don't get me
that's great.
wrong.
We can't look at him like somebody who played 1 year of college and came into the NBA and they still have room to develop. No, as you said, the man been playing professional basketball since he was 14, 15. He already got 4, 5 years plus the 2 years. He already got 7 years of professional basketball. He's a finished product
Yeah.
already. I
Yeah.
mean, he can get better at some things, but there's not another level for Luka to go. He is what he is. I
Right.
think he improved last year on his a little bit of ball decision. Sometimes you pointed out that he'll make the wrong pass or he don't make the right pass at certain times when you most need it. I think you were the one that told me that.
Yeah.
But he is a finished product. So now you just have to build. You got to go get you a closer.
Yeah.
You got to get you somebody like, for example, just
A
to throw this
defensive
name out,
stopper too, maybe.
Jimmy Butler would have been perfect because Jimmy will suck for 3 quarters, but when it's time,
Lock it down.
he
Yeah.
all of a sudden can be. He's a top 5 player with 5 minutes left. Yes, he did. I mean, that's what I like about him. He's so tough. But they gotta find that guy, man. It ain't gonna be Tim Hardaway Jr. It ain't gonna be Tim Hardaway Jr. I think we already know it ain't gonna be Chris Porson. He got to find like Dirk had Jason Terry. Doncic got to find his Jason Terry. Excuse me. Donnie Nelson got to find that Jason Terry for him. Somebody that can,
Fire Donnie Nelson.
there he goes. So Luka's just a finished product, man. I can't fault a man that's getting out there getting triple doubles.
No. But man, I just get to the end of the game, and I know in close games like that, I just look at it and go, we're going to lose this freaking game. And most of the time when I do that, I feel that way. I'm like, right. So I don't know what it is about the team, or maybe the coach needs to do something different, or
So
man,
who would you, if you was coaching the Mavs and when last 7 minutes of the game, last 5 7 minutes, who would you put on the floor with him? Who would you put on the floor to make plays?
Seth Curry, he makes plays. He hits shots. He hits big shots. He's like, for a while there, he's shooting almost 60% of 3-pointers for this season.
He has gotten better. He was
Yeah.
already, average to maybe slightly above average, but there was a point in time where he was a below average player and
Yeah.
might have only been in this league because he came into the league. Remember when he got to Duke? They
Yeah.
said he was going to be better than Seth, better
Yeah.
than his brother in Golden State.
Yeah.
But that never materialized. He was bigger, faster.
Well, his game changed when he went to Duke, because I mean he was at Liberty University as a freshman, and he's scoring 21 points a game, and he's the only guy there, and so
I don't remember Seth ever playing for.
yeah,
He went straight to Duke.
no, he didn't. He transferred.
Hmm.
He transferred.
Okay, but I got you.
So
Go ahead.
so then he came to Duke, where you got all these 5-star talent guys, and he's not getting the shots, and they're not running the offense for him. His game changed. He became more of a team player. Don't get me wrong. Then but he was scoring 21 a game at Liberty University as a freshman. So, and then he got drafted, or not sure if he got drafted or not. I think he got drafted in the second round. But he spent a lot of time in the G League, and he was lighting up the G League. So, and I was like thinking, Mark Cuban, what are you doing? Look at this guy. He's scoring 25 a game right now in the G League. Go get this guy.
It ain't the same.
I know it ain't the same, but 25 a game in the G League can
Definitely be 8
12,
in the
12
NBA.
points
Yeah,
a game,
yeah.
10, 12 points a game in the NBA, and hitting big 3-point shots. So anyway, but yeah, I'd put Curry out there. KP for the rebounding. Dwight Powell, but man, he's out for the season. I like his grit. He gets in there and gets the boards and makes
I do
good.
you can't play Dwight Powell and KP at the same time, and you finish the game because you want Dwight Powell. You need a rim runner, right? You need
Yeah.
somebody that's gonna run to the rim, especially when you have Luka Doncic passing the ball. If Luka's on the floor dribbling and passing it, I would. I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't have KP on the floor. I can't have both
I
of them.
agree with you there.
That's all I'm saying. It can't be Chris Stapps and Dwight Powell.
I would rather, honestly,
It has to be Seth Hardaway, Dwight Powell, and I can't think of who the fifth would be. But to me, I put people out there. Again, I like I like the toughness of Miami. I like people who are tough and gritty. So Powell, I'm gonna tell you who I would probably go with because in this NBA we're playing a lot of positionless basketball. I'd probably go with Max Kleber because I love the energy.
He plays great defense too.
I just love it. If somebody got to play D, everybody can't shoot,
No,
but Kleber can do a little bit of everything.
yeah,
So
he can.
I think if you have two people, the White Powell, the rim run, Kleber for energy and defense, and then you got Hardaway that can make shots, Luka can pass and make shots, and Seth Curry can shoot these threes.
And I think I'd go with Powell over KP because he's more of a complementary player to Luka.
Luka,
Because he won't be looking for the
yeah,
shot as much as KP's looking to pull out and hit. He's taking 7 threes a game.
bro, at 7-3. How many? How many? You know how I feel about this.
I know you
Can't be no 6'10" dude out there shooting trades, and you. I have no problem if he takes 7 threes, as long as he takes 7 shots from inside with 2 feet inside the paint.
Yeah, but
I ain't got a problem with. But he ain't even doing that. He shot.
You're mad at Dirk for shooting threes when he only shot like 2.5, maybe 3 a game over his career.
Not over his career, but in the
Yeah.
there was a while back in the Steve Nash days, he didn't know where to find the paint.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, but this dude is worse.
Yeah.
This dude is worse. You know what I mean? At least Dirk would get close to the elbow and do the little shot.
Mid-range jumpers, yeah.
This guy get to the elbow and 2-dribble himself a back away from the paint. Like, I'd be like, bro, where you going in the you 7'3", you going in the wrong direction.
Fade away from that 6'1" guy defending him.
So like I hear everything you saying about Luka and his possible or questionable in the crunch decision making. You know what I mean? Like you looking for somebody to make some Tom Brady decisions and not some Jameis Winston's decisions.
Hey, yeah, that's a good analogy.
But I'm still not going. I still got to acknowledge that Winston still threw for 5,000 yards. So you can't. I'm not going. You see what I'm saying? It might not be what you want, but it's definitely not something you saying I hate.
No, you're not. I don't say that.
Yeah.
So you just watch it. Okay. So also in the NBA, injuries are mounting. Several people got injured this week. So I don't know if that's being out of shape or whatever. Jaren Jackson got injured. Pat Beverly got injured, but he might be back. Jamal Crawford at 40 years old got injured. He's done. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a big issue down the stretch for a lot of these teams. I don't know.
It's bad for Jamal Crawford. That's for sure.
Yeah,
because you're 40 and you get injured.
He loves playing ball, man.
But you barely got it back in the league.
Yeah, right.
So an injury now at 40, people are they were already saying you were old. Even though you out there with your Beijing number 59 dye on your head. Everybody, I know it's a dye job, Jamal. I know it. But my point is you can't just put a dye on your head and then come out there and ball and get hurt. The first thing we's gonna say is it's because you're 40.
Because you got that stuff on your head.
Yeah, it's weighing you down. But I wanted the Lakers to pick up Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted the Lakers to get you off. In my mind, I really thought the Lakers needed some more scoring, but they are so dead set on being a great defensive team. Okay, let's see if that work out for you. You got to do both.
Yeah. So I was gonna say also look out for Phoenix, man. They're 3-0 in the bubble. Phoenix is coming on, buddy.
My man, Devin Buckets Booker.
Yeah.
Kentucky, baby.
You know what? Phoenix always finishes the season really strong. They suck for the whole season. And at the end, they have like this long win streak. Or they like usually the Mavericks, they're one of the last 1 or 2 games they play the Mavericks, and they always kill the Mavericks in the last one.
Together.
Yeah.
They got to.
Yeah, I'm sick of they're one of the same teams that always ends up in the lottery, and there's no excuse for that. They have the talent to not be in the lottery or make the playoffs.
They got 2 guys that can play. That should be enough to keep you out of the lottery.
Absolutely.
You should be where they should be doing exactly what they're doing right now, threatening the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? You should be 8 seed or 9, 10. You don't need to be down way at the bottom no more. Now you got first of all, Devin Booker is a grown man now. We can't be like, oh, he's young, you know what I mean? Like, and he showed last night he was a grown man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just draining over Kawhi and PG. And he said at the end of the game, I want to be known as a winner in this league. You need
Right.
that attitude.
So there's a guy that's going to leave his team when he's a free agent. You're talking about Giannis doing it. If I'm Booker, I am gone. I'm on the first train out of there.
I wasn't gonna say it because he would be the closer that Luka would need.
Yes, I take him, man. But I mean, it's like I don't think Phoenix is committed to winning.
You ain't got. You remember how we was talking about last week about everything starts from the top down?
Yeah.
Phoenix has one of those.
I agree.
Crappy owners.
I agree.
I wanted to say 37 cuss words right there. He's the dude don't know what he don't know what he's doing, Dad.
No, he
You don't
don't.
know what he's doing. You can't fire. He fire a coach almost every year. Yeah. Almost every year. When I say almost, there's been some coaches that made it like. Then he fired Earl Watson like 7 games into the season. Man, you could have fired if you fire a person 7 games into the season, you was already thinking about firing him last year.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't need to bring him back.
That's not even an opportunity.
That's a disservice to him. It discredits you. And what the hell are you telling your team? That was just dumb. So like he don't know what he's doing. So now I believe Monty Williams is the guy there, right? Yes, Monty has a clue.
I like Monty Williams. He's a good coach too.
Are you going to keep him? You know what I mean? Like,
well, he's gonna do well in Phoenix, and then somebody else is gonna offer him a job, and he's gonna go. That's what I would do.
Or who leaves first, Devin Booker or Monty Williams? I believe Devin Booker just signed his deal, right?
Yeah, yes.
Is in year 2, so he got 3 years left.
Yep.
So. I mean,
Monty ain't going to be around that long.
But you don't know if Devin is going to be around. I'm going to say it this. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to make a prediction right now.
Go ahead.
If Phoenix is not in the playoffs next year, what is this? What year will win the 1920 season?
Yeah.
If 2021 season ends and they're not in the AC, Devin Booker requests a trade.
Yeah. And like you were talking about with Giannis, if I'm Devin Booker, I'm gone. Because I think at least Milwaukee is committed to winning. So, and to your other question, I don't think that Mavericks have enough to give for Devin Booker. They'd have to give up KP.
And you don't need KP if you have DeAndre Ayton. Well, yes, you do, because KP don't want to play on down low. DeAndre Ayton does.
Yeah. So, I mean, that might work for Phoenix. I don't know if that will work for Dallas. So.
Why wouldn't it work for that? Well, the problem is you can't give me just KP. like that's not gonna work.
Right. I mean, that's the best asset we would have to give to Phoenix for Devin Booker. I don't really think it's enough.
Need at least 2 or 3 assets.
Because as much as I love Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber and Seth Curry and stuff like that, I think they're
it's not gonna be enough.
Fantastic role players. It's not enough for Devin Booker.
You're gonna need
you'd have to give up picks, like
a minimum of 2 first rounds,
2 first rounders,
Seth and KP.
Yeah,
that's a good start. We're
missing. That's more than I want to give up.
We're missing 1 or 2 pieces if you're Phoenix. But guess what? It's Phoenix. They're not that bright. I mean, you might be able to get KP, Seth, 6 of them water buckets, and 2 Dallas cheerleaders. And if we have to,
the cheerleaders would probably be more valuable than.
And if we have to, we can get you some of the Cowboy cheerleaders. You know what I mean? Like they love the Dallas Cowboys down in Arizona. If we can get you 2 Cowboy cheerleaders, Phoenix might make that trade. They're not that bright, brother.
And Dallas does have a long history of trades with the Phoenix Suns, so we've got that good relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. And it just for posterity's sake, we did call it with Lou Williams getting socially distanced lap dances. I told you he's not going to that place for wings.
I got more on Lou Williams later.
Okay. All right. Excellent foreshadowing. Moving on to Major League Baseball. So the Marlins resumed play this week after they got a bunch of negative tests. So that was good. They all, whatever the issues was, they cleared it up. But they resumed players. Yeah, they did. They missed like 5 or 6 games. I forget what the number was. Maybe it was only.
They postponed. Like for
Yeah,
instance,
well, they postponed. Yeah,
somebody playing a doubleheader today because of all the moving of the games.
I think at the end of the season, man, you're going to have some people that played 60 games, some people that played 54 games, from 57. I think it's going to wait. It's the way it's going to end. But the Marlins, they put 13 players on the IR, and 10 of those were pitchers. So I'm assuming that was because of COVID, but I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of players to put on.
That's good information because when I do my fantasy lineup, whoever playing the Marlins will be in the lineup.
There you go.
They ain't got no pitchers.
Now you know. So the Cardinals had 7 players and 6 staff test positive, so they've postponed some games. So whatever's working for the NBA is not working so much for baseball.
These people got to find a bubble.
I agree.
About baseball and football. If you're football, if you're the NFL, and you come out and you have any high number, you got 53 men on the roster. If you get 10 men on one squad with the coronavirus, you should have bubbled.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? You're just simply not paying attention. The bubble works. I did see the Denver Broncos. They have a unique little setup apparatus. I don't know if everybody has
sprays everybody coming in.
When they coming in and coming out, it just sprays them down, and they got to come through one man at a time. So I don't know what kind of sanitizer or disinfectant it is, but I'm sure it works. Like it couldn't be me. I would be like, "Skirt, everybody stop, take." I'd be in there just getting all lovey-dovey with the hand sanitizer, spray, disinfectant, whatever it is. Man, I would be in there making love to all that liquid. Just I'd be all in my eyeballs and my throat. I ain't catching nothing.
It's almost like a decontamination shower walking into the field. Yeah. So, yeah, I saw them doing that too. But yeah, man, they need to find a bubble. You're right. I don't know what they were thinking. The teams this week are going down to 28 players. They were supposed to go down to 25, but they're going to stay at 28. Well, they were supposed to go down to 26, but they're going to stay at 28 for the rest of the season.
They need to stay at 32. What is the point?
I agree, man. I don't know why they're cutting that at all.
I mean, I know it was never 32, but why are you going down? Why are we limiting how many people can be on a roster?
Well, and practice squads are going to come into this, man. Your minor league guys are going to come into this because you got guys that are going to be out because of COVID. So
we brought this up before. The minor league ain't playing, so those guys got to be out there doing something.
You're right. So if you got a guy that was supposed to be a top prospect and you had him at AAA, now's the time.
He should be in the building.
Yep. He should be practicing with this team. He may not be on the game day roster.
I don't know what's against the MLB rules and what is or isn't, but I'm saying he ain't got no job. He ain't got nothing to do. He could be in the building working as an intern. But I'm saying
how's that guy gonna get fired on his day off?
I'm just saying, Dave, there's no reason why the starting 8 players for your AAA team are not in your major league roster. They're not in the building. They're not. Why? Why aren't they? Injuries are going to happen. Injuries are going to happen. COVID is going to happen. Yeah. Come on, man. That don't make sense to me why they're not there. They should be there ready to go.
Absolutely. Excuse me. So moving on to the NFL, speaking of more COVID stuff, Matthew Stafford had a false positive test this week. So some stuff happened about that. His wife was saying that, Matt Stafford had a positive test. It ended up being a false positive, but before everybody knew that it was a false positive, she had people yelling at her at the grocery store to get away and stay home and take your kids out of school and do it. I mean, people were treating her terrible. This is not her fault that she has this, or her husband had this. So, but anyway, I mean, that just brings some questionable things into play about these tests, man. I mean,
they don't listen, man. If Matt Stafford had won a Super Bowl or had won at least 6, 7, 8 playoff games, they wouldn't have been yelling at that woman.
That's true.
They would have been telling that woman, "Are you okay? Can we bring you some chicken noodle soup?" That wasn't even. They used COVID as an excuse to yell at the wife of the unsuccessful
I don't.
quarterback.
I buy that a little bit, but the other part of it is that people are so scared of this thing, man, because there's mass hysteria going on about it in certain corners and all that kind of stuff. So,
Brother, I bet you if Tom Brady walked in, Tom Brady could walk anywhere he want in Tampa Bay. I ain't even talking about Boston. Butt naked, blowing bubbles, and people will still run up and hug him.
but had he had a positive
He
COVID
could have
test,
had two positive COVID tests. Boy,
nah,
they gonna hear that's Jesus of football, man. You know they gonna go over there and try to get blessed.
I don't know. If I'm in Tampa, I'd be like, dude, go home, really. I'm not gonna be rude to the guy, call him names or anything. Like, come
Hey,
on, man, what you doing?
man, no, I'm telling you,
So,
winning cures a lot.
but yeah, well, okay. So my point was that it brings some questionable things in about these tests. I mean, why was that test positive? I need to know more about that because I mean, does that mean there's like false negatives out there too? So you got people walking around. You said no, this guy doesn't have it, but you're wrong. So
All them asymptomatic people.
yeah,
Probably,
I don't know
probably
about that.
yeah. You brought it up. I was trying to let it go. I
Okay,
wasn't
go
gonna say
ahead.
that. I wasn't gonna say
No,
nothing.
no, no. Go ahead, man. I mean,
Because there's been a slow progression for me with the COVID,
yeah.
right? And I kind of stopped in the middle. I mean, never gonna go over there with all you people to be like, it's the worst thing ever. Like it's a true, like we're in the blue blonic plague. There's
Yeah.
people out there treating
The
this like
blue blotted plague?
you heard what I said. You lucky I didn't say the black blonic, but you know what I mean. My lips get in the way, man. They kind of large. Okay,
The blue bonnet plague, like the
it, but it,
flowers.
it is what it is. It is what it is. These lips get in the way, but I make them work. But there's people out there, dude. You would swear that it's all over. It's gonna be this is the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's still
And
a
and then
virus.
there's other ones on the other end that don't believe any of it. Then none of it's true, and no. So
I ain't never been that far either.
no, 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 no. And I'm
It's,
not saying you have. I'm just saying. So I know there's probably more false positives out there and more false negatives. I mean, I do believe that there's a lot of people that can be asymptomatic and carriers. I mean, you've heard of what was her name? Typhoid Mary. You ever hear that name?
mm-mm.
That was this woman that was a carrier. I think it was 1900s. She was a carrier early 1900s or late 1800s for typhoid fever. So everywhere she would go, people would develop this typhoid fever, and there'd be like an outbreak of it, and it would kill a lot of people, and nobody ever figured out why until they did some blood testing or whatever on her, like after several outbreaks had happened wherever she had gone, and figured out that she was a carrier for this. She was asymptomatic. It did not affect
Mm,
her, but she had the antibodies or whatever that would pass it along to everyone else. So I mean, that was scientifically determined more than 100 years ago. So yes, I believe that asymptomatic people can pass that on, but I don't know how widespread it is, and none of us are ever really going to know.
no,
So,
we ain't gonna never know. We gonna
but
know in about 25 years. So one of the things that people are not talking about, and I don't know if this is possible or if I mean we just don't know. Is there a long term effect of COVID? What for the people who have had COVID?
yeah,
Are there organs or whatever it attacks,
yeah,
in 15 years, are they still going to die from COVID related relations?
and I think that the answer to that is going to be the same as how does it affect people
We'll
now?
see.
Is that it's going to be some
We'll see.
people, yes, there's going to have long-term effects, and some people, no, it's not going to have
Right.
long-term effects. So, but looking at the NFL stuff this week and all that, I started thinking I need to start doing my research for a fantasy team this year. So, because it is August, man. I mean, if they're going to start it on time, I haven't heard of any delays and all that kind of stuff. So, I need to start doing my research. But which also makes me think, I think we need to do a Preachers from the Bleachers keeper league.
I'm down with a keeper league. I ain't never played, but I'd be awesome at it.
So
I,
I
I just want the first pick.
well, don't we all?
First pick
So,
ain't always good, bro,
but
because you can't miss.
that's true.
You can't miss if
That
you
is
get
true
the
because
first.
it's like depending on how many people are in your league. If there's 12 people, it's 24 picks before you get to go in.
Woo! You can't miss if you have the first pick.
I
You
mean, I have had so much bad luck with my first round picks. I mean, I almost never get the first pick, but if I get like top 5 or 6, that guy always gets injured. In like the first game, he's out for the season. It
Can't
happens
can't
all the
miss,
time.
man. You can't miss with the
Yeah,
first pick. Like not having played a keeper league, I would have to do some research just to figure out on Pat Mahomes or no. Because the reality is, I in a regular fantasy league, I don't care about Pat Mahomes. I
yeah,
love him as a player, but in fantasy, I don't draft a running quarterback into the seventh,
you're
eighth,
right.
ninth round.
Right.
But in the keeper league, is that theory still sustainable?
Yes.
Right? At the very least, can I go with my second pick? Can I get a quarterback?
Right. So anyway, so doing this league, we need to talk about some rules, how many we're going to keep, how many years you can keep them for. There's a dynasty league where you keep everybody and then you drop somebody every once in a while. And every year you have a draft for the rookies and all that kind of stuff. Now, that's a dynasty league. I'm just talking about right now a keeper league. And one day I'd like to do a dynasty league too. But for now, like a keeper league where you keep like two or three guys and you can only keep them for a certain amount of years, and then you have to put them back in the pool and that kind of thing. But we'll do some research on that and talk about what kind of rules we want to put in place. But
Yeah.
guys, if you're out there, if you're listening and you want to play, make a comment or talk to us on the Brotherhood or however you get a hold of us, do that, and we'll start looking. And I'll get this thing set up on ESPN, and we can do that.
Commissioner Dave, he put it
So,
out there.
all right.
The automatic commission.
And one other big thing we've been talking about, I'm gonna like talking about this.
What that is?
Black ownership in professional sports.
Oh, okay. You talking about The Rock?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson bought
Yeah.
the XFL for 15 million. That's bargain basement price. 15 million.
Is he
All the
really?
assets.
Is
Well,
he?
all the assets for
Is he?
15 million. Yeah, the assets probably like Vince McMahon spent probably 200 million on it.
Is
So
he?
that the assets alone are probably worth 50 million.
Yeah, no, but is he really black? I mean,
Well,
is Daddy black?
okay.
Is The Rock black?
So you know, I think he's got the black fanhood. I think that black
Yeah.
people treat him like he's black, right?
I think the black associates and identifies as Pacific Islander.
Okay, that's still a minority.
It's still a
Minority
minority.
ownership of sport.
Then definitely, let's go minority because I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like he identified, and I'm not saying nothing is wrong with Pacific Islander. I'm
Yeah,
just saying I think the brother. Notice I did say brother. I think the brother just identifies as Pacific Islander. That's all. But we can go with minority ownership, and absolutely, as I
yeah.
said when you and I talked on the phone about it, that's a hell of a blue chip stock for 15 million.
Yes, it is.
15 million.
I want to get my stock in it right now.
Yeah, you said 200 million. No, remember that dude said he put at least 300 million. Vince McMahon literally spent at least $300 million, and you get it for 15.
Yeah,
Works for me.
yeah.
It works.
So, but that's good. So we get some minority ownership in professional sports. I know it's only the XFL, which is sort of a burgeoning league, and it's I think it started out pretty well last year. So, but
It was
I think
doing well.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something COVID-19 took away from us.
yes.
Um,
But I think
without COVID, if COVID-19 never happens, man, I think that they have a very successful first year.
yeah, I had tickets to a game, man. I was going.
Yeah.
So, and with The Rock being in, you're going to get some celebrity endorsements and, guys hanging out, taking pictures with the players and celebrities and all that kind of stuff. Celebrity interviews on the sidelines. There's going to be a lot more interest. You're going to,
Think
I think so, man. Celebrities show up at games and stuff like that. That's part of the draw that I was talking about last week in LA and the Lakers, man, is that, you got Jack Nicholson, Leo DiCaprio, all those guys showing up, Chris Rock on the sidelines, and people going to Star Watch as much as they are to watch the game. So
I don't disagree with you on that. Celebrities can help sell a ticket, right?
That's my point.
But I believe The Rock when he made his statement about why. First of all, he said, I think I got a great team that's put together. He almost sounds like
He loves football too.
He missed his opportunity.
Yeah.
Or as he say, I missed it, wasn't good enough, whatever it is. I think he really truly believes in the sport and what it could do for a man, what it could do for a man's family. I think he want to give people the opportunity that he didn't have,
Yeah.
or I should say, a better opportunity that he didn't have. I think sport is a hell of a thing, dude. Like, I mean, it brings so many people together. You know what I mean? And so, lifelong relationships, friendships, people come together and become families that never thought they would be family, right? And so, I think it is football, but I think it's bigger than football. I just think he want to give people, athletes, football players, a chance. And so, I think the money is important. It's always important, but I think the opportunity that he is providing is what's most important to him.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, 15 million is probably chump change to him. I mean,
I don't know that chump change. I mean, it's one movie to him for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
And
I think
and
he
he's
makes
still
somewhere. I think he makes 20 million a movie. So
yeah.
he's basically saying, "I'm just donating." You know what I mean? But it is chump change because it ain't 15 million out of his pocket. He do have partners.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So ultimately, it might be chump change.
So even if he
He
paid the full 15 million, I still think it was chump change. But you're right. I don't know what the his
Yeah, we don't know
percentage of
what the
it is.
breakdown is. His could be minor. I just think it's funny because all I see is ballers. Did you watch the TV show
I
Ballers?
haven't seen it. No,
Oh man, it's one of the best
it's
TV
on
shows.
HBO. I don't have HBO.
Oh goodness, this is such. I mean, just Google. You probably can watch some on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
But in Ballers, he's a football player or was a football player. Didn't he was okay at it.
Playing himself.
Who turned sports agent, who then tried to buy an NFL team. You know what I mean? Like, so now it's like, hey man, didn't you do this on Ballers?
Yeah.
So you gotta watch Ballers, and you're gonna get more context and all that celebrity stuff you talking about, because he used real football players on Ballers. Like one time, T Sizzle was playing T Sizzle
Oh.
and having sex with a girl, like, and they were having a conversation, and Rock was like, "Hey man, hurry up, we gotta do some." Yeah, I mean, like, so like
All right.
the main characters are not NFL players, but
Yeah.
there's real NFL players sprinkled throughout the show that gives it a little feel of realism.
Yeah.
It's a lot of horrible acting in the show, but it's still pretty good. Like to me, like, I hear the critics talk about they're so horrible, but the horribleness of it makes it seem real.
Yeah.
like in real life, nobody's acting. You're just being you. I'm just being you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just being, I said that backwards, but you get the point. I'm trying to,
You're
when I'm
just being you.
watching the horrible acting, I'm like, is this a reality show? Like, it to me, it gives it more realism that the acting is not so doggone great. So you got to catch up on your
Especially
Ballers,
with
man.
players. All right. I'll see if I can check it out somewhere. So, but anyway, thanks to The Rock. Appreciate it. I'm going to
Pick
look forward to seeing some XFL hopefully next year.
up on a rock.
So, all right, next, NCAA. So some interesting stuff going on there. The West Coast Conference has become the first Division One conference. They're calling it the Bill Russell Rule to require a minority candidate as a finalist for openings in athletics, which I think is awesome. So,
It, that just include like head coach.
well, they said candidate as a finalist for openings, and then they went on to explain a finalist for any opening for an athletic director, senior administrator, head coach, or full-time assistant coach within the league. It must include a member of a traditionally unrepresented community. So you can be a
Pacific Islander.
Canadian. There's not a lot of Canadian coaches in the NFL
Right,
or NCAA college
right.
basketball,
It's a good
whatever.
rule. It's a good rule.
So instead of saying, African American or Latino or minority, they just said traditionally unrepresented community. So
The key word is tradition.
yeah,
because like you say it could be Canadian, but not many Canadians coming here to coach football.
Well,
There's
that's true.
there's a few, but it's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, even if you're Canadian, you're not. If you're a Canadian, you're more likely to be Caucasian. Which, why would you come here and
Because that's where the job is.
they do have CFL there, brother. Why would you come here? Why would you come here and you can't even get health care? I'm like, you're a full-time assistant in the West Coast Conference, brother. Your health care ain't gonna be that great. You might be giving up something valuable if you leave Canada. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you ain't gonna be like, if you are offensive coordinator of a CFL team right now,
Yeah.
and they say, hey man, we thinking about hiring you as a head coach, okay, you can make that move.
Yeah.
But a full-time assistant,
It depends on the pay, man. I can just.
you're in the West Coast Conference. You probably better off where you at.
That's kind of like the CFL.
So why not stay? I'm just saying the amount of pay that you're gonna to take. If you making if you make Lord, you ain't gonna make no 80,000 in no West Coast Conference. But if you're making $40,000 as an assistant coach in the West Coast Conference and you're from Canada, you might as well stay because you're gonna spend that 40 in healthcare here just to make up for the healthcare you had in Canada.
Nah, they include it. It's a school. They got it. They all got medical centers. I don't know, man. Anyway.
We about to see how well these medical centers in college work when it comes time to play this NC2A football.
Yeah. So
That's what
anyway,
you.
I
That's what
thought
you
that
call.
was really interesting.
That's what you call a professional segue right there, Dave.
Okay, to segue to all right. Several players in the NCAA are withdrawing from the draft. Several basketball players are withdrawing from the draft this year. I forget all the names. They weren't like top 10 guys or anything like that, but there's a lot of them that are withdrawing from this draft. And I was thinking, man, this is a good year to do that. If there's a year you're going to do it, I think this will be it.
Out of the
There's so
basketball, out of the basketball draft. Oh, you saying the one that's coming in October?
yeah. So like a lot of the college players that declared
Why?
for this draft.
Why is it a good
Well,
year?
because there's a lot of uncertainty about how far things are going to go with COVID, and they still got a scholarship. They can be going to school, getting 3 meals a day, all that kind of stuff. I mean,
All right, so you saying it's good if you ain't a lottery pick?
yeah, if you're
Okay,
a
gotcha.
lottery pick, you're going to get your money. But
You
if
get,
you're
yeah, they still gonna give you a check.
second round guy, late first round guy, maybe you don't know. There's not going to be a big,
What do you,
you know, combine or whatever to
right,
show your skill or
right.
improve your
I
draft
got you.
stock.
I follow you.
Um, so anyway, there's a bunch of guys so far that have withdrawn. I can't remember any of the names right now. I should have written them down, but I was in the car.
They all
Don't.
make that mistake anyway, Dave.
Yeah,
They all think. Every year I say this. They only draft 60 people in the NBA.
that's right.
So unless they tell you you're in the first, you in the first 14. If you ain't in the lottery, you should go back.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are. If they say late, if they say the word late, go back.
Yep.
Go back. Don't come out until you have to. You know what I mean? We do tend to frown on a 4-year player, but if they say you will be a late brother, you ain't get you are running the risk of not being drafted. They
I
told Bobo he was going to be in the lottery. He went in the second round.
Yeah.
There's been a probably hundreds of thousands of guys since that said, "Oh, you're going to be an early second round pick." You're not getting drafted. They only taking 60 guys. See, here's the part that I don't know if agents don't tell these dudes. Some of these rosters don't have movement. What I mean by movement is I can't even add a guy
Yeah.
because I got 13, 14 on a payroll that's only supposed to have 12,
Yeah.
right? So I ain't even looking to draft a guy. I'm looking to get a guy from Europe that I can just leave over there because I ain't got no room.
Or put them in the G League, and you're not going to make a lot of money there.
That's my point is they
Yeah.
don't have movement. So
Right.
you got to find out how many of these teams actually have the ability to even sign you and keep you. They don't. Some of them just can't. Hey, I got my first round pick. I ain't got no time for that second round pick.
See,
He got to be somebody that I can try to develop. And do you want to be that guy? No, I don't even
yeah,
want. If I can't be drafted in the first round, I don't want to be drafted.
right.
I don't. I want to.
It's better for you if you're not drafted.
Yes, because after 1 year, I can get paid.
That's right. So, and you were saying you look down on those guys that stay 4 years. I don't, because there's a litany of people that I've watched go and declare for the NBA draft that needed more experience in college, and they would have had a better NBA career.
It's
Like
not.
several Duke point guards come to mind. William Avery.
I'm not saying that I look down on you. I'm just saying
No.
people think of you if you stay 4 years, then you really can't ball, or you're really not quite NBA material.
Yeah.
Well, that might be true, but that's not the end of the world. I'm just saying if you ain't gonna be drafted, listen, if you're gonna be drafted late, if you hear the word late, second round, early second round, if you hear those words, then you can't do nothing.
I say stay and get more development.
What are you going to be next year?
Better.
You're probably still going to be late.
Maybe.
You're not going to. The odds are, if you're a dude that play in the West Coast Conference and they say, ooh, you're an early second round pick, you're not going to be in the lottery next year.
Yeah.
You know why?
Well,
because there's 27 freshmen that's coming in, and 8 of them are going to push you down. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? Back to the early second round. You're not going to the lottery. Just stay in college.
There have been guys that stay in college another year and get better and work themselves into a better position in the draft, though.
You ain't going to be lottery, though.
Maybe not.
Name one.
Well, I can't right offhand, but I could do some research and probably come up with one or two.
Name one. You can be Jimmy Butler. That's what you can do. You can be a guy who's drafted in the late first, who came back and be drafted in the late first round and just show the world that you can ball. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
You can be Josh Howard.
Like I'm saying, guys like William Avery, if you stick around another year, you got your prime time playing. You're not unemployed, and you're getting good coaching, top level coaching.
You can be Quinn Cook.
And Quinn Cook, I mean, you know what?
He played for
all right. Yeah.
And he probably on his 7th year in the NBA?
Yeah. He's solid. He's solid. He's one of those guys I was thinking, hey, Mark Cuban, give Quinn Cook a call when he was down in the G League. Because he makes smart decisions. He's improved his basketball IQ even from Duke days. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not that lottery guy, you can improve.
Stay in college.
With great coaching.
Stay in college.
All right, there you go. So here we go. In the off season, let's go into all about the Benjamins City Nickname Edition.
Woo woo.
Here we go.
You go first, man. I always go first. You go first.
Okay, I'll go first, but I didn't stick to just sports nickname towns.
No, that was not the no.
So with my $1 bill, I've got the Emerald City.
All right.
Seattle.
All right.
So the bill is green. Emerald is green. People think of green when they think of Seattle because a lot of trees. So $1 bill, the Emerald City.
All right. That's good. I like how your mind thinking. I like you go ahead, do your thing. $5.
Right. So my $5 bill, I've got the City of Light, which is Paris.
All right.
I've been there. There's lots of lights. They're all over that big needle looking thing they got sticking up out of the ground. So on my $10 bill, I've got Big D. Just because I'm in Dallas. And Big D, I'm not going to say anything else.
Big D can be a good thing.
So
we're talking about sunlight, people.
That's right.
Get your mind out the gutter, man. We're talking about that sunlight. Vitamin D good for you.
D.
And vitamin D help kill corona. Come on, people. Come on, man. Get your mind up out the gutter, man. Big D, good for you.
All right. On my $20 bill, Now, this is not an official nickname, but it comes from a Kiss song.
All right.
So, Detroit Rock City. You know how I love my
Just
music.
went with Motor City. Motor City would have been cool too.
No, Detroit Rock City is better because it was from Kiss, and it's musical, and you know I love my music.
Okay.
So, $50 bill. I just think that's a cool name. The Big Easy.
All right.
I don't even know what it means. Scott could probably tell me. He's from New Orleans. My boss, he's from New Orleans. I don't know where the Big Easy came from, but it makes you think of just sitting back, sipping on a mint julep, watching the river float by.
Mint julep. Wrong city with the mint julep. But yeah, I got you.
Mint
Come on.
julep. Well, that's a different. That's what Kentucky. But whatever the drink is, you sit by the river and watch the boats float down. Hey, look, there goes Mark Twain. All right. And on my $100 bill, if I'm making the currency, man, you just can't beat Sin City. You just
All
can't
right.
beat the name Sin
That's
City.
a good name. It's a good name.
So,
We
and
got a couple. We got a couple of these alike.
okay, I've got some honorable mentions that I have to throw in here.
Your $5, your $50, 50-cent piece.
Yes, and that's only because the names are ironic. Names are ironic. So, L.A. is the city of angels, and probably
Hell,
not a lot of angels
hell,
in.
Hell's Angels.
Yeah. And then Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, where they hate everybody.
Yeah,
I
that's
had to.
that is very ironic. Like we should have did ironic city names for all of that
So
would have been number one right there.
I had to throw those in. They don't make it on my dollar bills. I put it on my coins or something, but just because of the irony of the names. So, all right, who you got, man?
At my $1 bill, I had Las Vegas, Sin City.
All right.
Everybody, it just need a little sin, right? Just a little sin. And it's always money going around here. We talking about value. It's plenty of money, right? Yeah, yeah. So
All
number
right.
$5, I went with Narlands, the
All
Big
right.
Easy. You can tell you ain't never been to New Orleans. Because
I have
once you
not.
go to New Orleans, you don't say New Orleans no more. It
Yeah.
becomes Narlands.
Yeah. Where you at, Scott? Why ain't I ever been to New Orleans?
Narlands is
We've
the
known each other
Big
20 years
Easy.
now.
It is exactly what you think it is. It is just easy. It's just so smooth, cool, and laid back, man. Everybody just cool, chill, just have a good time, man. It is the easiest of the big. I mean, it is truly just easy.
Yeah. And
Like,
Scott keeps telling me every time he goes back how good the seafood is, and I like me some seafood.
brother, I love them fried oysters. So fresh, it made me nauseated, but it was so delicious. I went back the next day.
Combo, red beans and rice,
on my
jambalaya.
on my $10 bill, I went with Miami, the Magic City.
What's
I
magic about it?
I don't know. It's on my bucket list, man. I'm gonna get there. I ain't been, but who
Me
don't
too.
need who don't need a little magic in their
You know,
life?
I like them
Wait, yeah.
Latinas.
On my $20 bill, I went with the City of Gold, Johannesburg.
All right.
'Cause it's gold. Like
I
we
thought,
what else we got to say about that?
I thought about that of the lost city of gold, as in El Dorado.
Right.
So I thought about that one. That's a good one. I like that.
And then on my $50 bill, I went with the City of Dreams, Mumbai. I ain't never been to Mumbai. Don't even know where the hell Mumbai is,
That's,
but
that's
it's
India.
still dreams. Like you got to see, just see the little bit of sin, little bit of easy, magic, gold, and dreams. You see where my list is going. I ain't even got to mess with you. But that brings us to the $100 bill.
Uh oh.
If you got gold, magic, sin, easy, we need to do something big and go with the holy city, Jerusalem, at
All
my
right.
$100 bill. We got to balance it out. we got we got a lot of you know what I mean? Like all these dollar bills don't add up to 100 quite, or maybe just do but a little bit, whatever it is. So we had to balance it out and
Right.
go with the holy city of Jerusalem, brother. Yeah,
All right.
that's this.
There you go. That's a good list. I like it. I like that gold. All right. So we're moving on to You Suck.
Mm.
Talk to me.
Man, I got the stripper at Magic City that gave Lou Williams the lap dance and then told. Why would you mess with your money like that, young lady? Now how you gonna pay for school? I'm not like that don't make sense, man. You ain't gonna never get that CNA degree. Come on now. So it's out to the stripper who told on Lou Williams, now your kids ain't gonna get fed. You suck on behalf of your children.
She did say he tipped well.
He ain't gonna tip no more.
That's the last dance you
That's
gave her.
the last damn tip she gonna get from Mr. Lou Williams.
Yeah.
You suck on behalf of your children.
I'm
Now they gotta go from wearing Jordans and got to go down to the Walmart and get the Shaq shoes.
the Marberries, with the Starberries. Those they were like $16 a pair. And you know what? This week
I still
I
got.
got. Do you?
Oh yeah.
All right. It might be worth $17 now.
That's all right. They dope. I got the Puerto Rican versions.
Ooh.
They cold. It's a different kind of red, white, and blue. It's just butter. Anyway, go ahead with your you suck.
So I honestly, man, I got nothing on you suck this week because Microsoft did me right this week. I tell you, things are going well at work. I'm really really busy, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So, man, the trails weren't flooded this week, so I got some good riding in. Temperature was good enough. I didn't overheat out there. Got to ride my motorcycle this week, man. I got nothing for you suck this week. I'm having a good week.
That's a good week. You can't beat that. What you got for Dave's dialogue then?
Same things. I guess just, things are going well. But I will say I want to give a shout out. My mom's best friend of 30 years. Hospice came and took her today. She's got some brain cancer and had that for a while. And they finally decided they can't do anything. So Dave's rumination. I just like to give a shout out to Mary Lee. And we're thinking about you. And you've been a part of the family for 30 years now. And so my mind's been on that all day. But that's all I got to say. We just want to give her a shout out and show her some love.
Well said, David. Well said. I'm sure she appreciate that. We'll clip the show and send it to her and let her know.
Right on.
Yeah.
So what you got?
For Ray's reminiscence, I got these. Bombas. Bombas socks. Supposed to be the best socks in the world. I want to shout out to the listener named Anna. She wanted to make sure that I didn't say Anna, but it's Anna. Shout out to Anna for getting these wonderful Bombas socks. Bombas is a company that, like I say, they're supposed to be the best socks in the world. They said that I guess some smart guys, rich guys, I don't know if they were both, neither, or whichever, but they said they found out that the most requested item in shelters was socks.
Yep.
And so they set out to make what in their mind was the best sock ever. Now, Dave, as you can see, I got a couple pair. I got a couple pair for you when I come to Dallas. I'm gonna
all right.
Look, my brother, I got man, Anna hooked it up, bro. We got socks for days.
All right.
But anyway, look, the sock is dope. I can't even front. They comfortable. I ain't gonna open this up because I ain't got but a few more, but it's a part right around the middle of your foot, like where your arch is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's got like a what's it called? Like a not spandex.
Elastic.
Not elastic, if you will. But it grips your foot and squeezes it gently, like firm.
Yeah.
Not enough where it's cutting
like
off
compression.
Compression. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. It just compress you right there in the middle of your foot. Man. Boy, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm getting old or bougie. I never would have thought. $12, Dave. A pair, bro.
Wow.
$12 a pair. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to front $12 a pair but what they do is for every one pair that they sell, they give a pair to one of them shelters. So you're really like paying $6 for you and then $6 for some homeless guy, man. So, I mean, with that being said, props to Anna, props to the Bombas people for making such a good product and trying to help people and make money at the same time. Man, that's the bomb to me. Maybe that's why they call it Bombas.
All right. So I finally get something out of this show, man. I'm getting a pair of socks.
You'll get a couple pair of socks.
Sweet.
That's it,
So,
right?
yep. I forgot to tell you that I did make the Apple Jacks fried chicken in my air
Mm,
fryer.
mm.
So, and it wasn't bad. It was okay. I didn't get the Apple Jacks on there, I think, thick enough. When we have the Captain Crunch fried chicken when we go to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, it's really thick on the
So
chicken.
you need the double crust.
So yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. But
Yeah,
otherwise, it was pretty
wet
decent.
into your wet batter, to your dry batter, wet batter, back into your dry batter. Deep fry.
Uh, all right.
You just dip twice.
Okay.
Just dip twice.
All right. So, but it was pretty good, and I'm gonna try it again. Just do it better.
All right. And
So
that's
that's
it.
it.
That's the show. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and hit like. And if you don't like it, go ahead and subscribe and hit like anyway. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. But really, we just appreciate you listening to us talk about our life and sports and our life through sports on the internet and the radio or your Bluetooth speakers. We don't do it for attention to be attention seekers. We just two brothers talking about sports, better known to you as
Preachers from the bleachers.
we out.
Peace.